Today, I want to talk about some cheap and inexpensive alternatives to traditional aquarium gravels. And I'll go over how to clean and sterilize them as well as how to test them to see whether or not they'll alter your water parameters any, specifically the pH level and the water hardness. I'll also let you know where you can find the products for purchase, about how much I've been paying for them, and I got other products up here too that's not actually gravel, but I thought it fit in nice with this video because you find them at the same locations and they're very affordable as well. And also at the end of the video, I want to talk about how you can take these gravels and you can get a nice healthy colony of microorganisms and beneficial bacteria already established in them before you even put them into your aquarium to reduce the amount of time it takes to cycle, as well as to reduce the cost involved with that as well. So you can get all your fish and tank mates in there a little bit quicker. All the products here on this table that we're going to be talking about, I primarily got them at Home Depot. You can also find these at Lowe's, flower shops, home and garden centers. They're pretty easy to get your hands on. Now these three bags that you're looking at right here, I got all of these at Home Depot. They're 50-pound bags, and I only paid $6 a bag for these. And there's a wide variety there. I just happened to pick these ones up because the only difference per bag is the size of the gravel or the rock in the bag, compared to some of your more traditional gravels, your aquarium gravels. These are 5-pound bags right here. This is a 20-pound bag. I paid $1 a pound for all this stuff. $1 a pound compared to 12 cents a pound. You know, volume wise, you know, these bags right here are saving me $44, you know, using the same amount as if I was using the traditional aquarium gravel. So probably the first thing you're going to want to do is to test it to see whether or not it's going to alter any of your water parameters. And how I do that is I use API's Freshwater Master Test Kit. And if you don't have one of these, this is fine. You can use vinegar or lemon juice. But inside of that kit there, you can get out the nitrate solution. It's the test bottle number 1. And what you do is you just take one of the rocks, give the solution a good shake, and you just put a drop on there to see whether or not you're going to get a reaction. And there's no reaction on this at all, but I will show you what it looks like when you do get a reaction. I know I'm going to get a reaction on this rock here, and I cleaned it. That's why it looks wet at the top. I cleaned it because I want to get any debris off of it. I want any reaction that we're going to see. I want to know that that's from the rock itself and not what might be on it. I'm just going to put a couple drops on here, and instantly you see it fizzing up. That's the reaction you're looking for. The solution's actually an acid, just like, you know, the vinegar or lemon that you can use if you don't have this. And if you see that reaction, that's the acid reacting with the carbonates and bicarbonates in there. And I already know by seeing this, that means my pH is going to go up and my water is going to get harder as well. What I would do if I see a reaction like that is I'll submerge those rocks in some water for a day or two. And then I'll take one of these strips, you know, dip it in the water, wait for the colors to change, and compare it with the color chart. You know, I'll be looking at the pH, the KH, and the GH to see how it's going to affect the chemistry in my tank. Also, as far as when you do the test to see if you're going to have any kind of reaction, if you do have a reaction, be aware that the pH is going to top out at like an 8.2, 8.4. It doesn't just keep going up and up and up. It tops out about 8.2 or 8.4. And if I want to actually sterilize it, you can take this and just soak it in a bleach solution. I usually mix about a half a cup of bleach to 5 gallons of water. And that's a solution I'll use, and I'll just let this stuff sit in there overnight and then rinse it out really well. And as far as cleaning it, I'll use an old strainer, put it over a 5-gallon pail, and I'll just fill this up. I'll keep refilling it, and I'll use a garden hose, and I'll rinse it out. Then all of that debris at the bottom of that bucket, I'll then just stick the hose down in the bottom of the bucket, like when I'm cleaning sand or something, and I'll just keep moving that hose around down there until the water becomes crystal clear. Because on the strainer, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of material that's going to fall through this, and that stuff's great after you clean that. There's a lot of stuff in it that's great that you can use when you're aquascaping to help texture your tank. These are called Ash River rocks. I picked these up from the same place, Home Depot. These were a little more expensive. They were $15. As well as these. These are called Caribbean Beach Pebbles. I paid $20 for this bag. And here's some lava rock I got from Home Depot. It was a lot cheaper to buying it from there. And this stuff is great. I'll even use this as medium inside of my filters, as it's porous, so the beneficial bacteria will colonize it quite nicely. And it does also release iron and magnesium, which is really good for your plants. This rock right here, um, well, there's a term I can't think of it right now. I'll put it in text with the description as to what it is. But sometimes white rock and stuff, it will be composed of a lot of calcium and chalk, things like that. And if you put that in your tank, it'll make the water cloudy for quite some time, even if you wash it really well. But if you take a solution of 3 parts peroxide and 1 part vinegar and scrub it down with that, that will neutralize the rock or whatever that material is that's in there, and your water won't be cloudy. Otherwise, you'll have to wait quite some time. I put some of this into my 75-gallon tank, and for well over a month, the water was quite cloudy. Won't do nothing about keeping your pH down or your hardness, but the cloudiness it will help with that quite a bit. I'll do a water change in one of my tanks and get a little bit of water in here, and then I'll dose it with some kind of biological booster and put a little bit of flight food in there so that it breaks down and turns into ammonia to feed this biological booster. I'll drop an air stone in here, and then the gravel that's already clean, I'll put that in here and I'll just let it stay in there, sometimes for a few months or whatever, until I'm ready to use it in an aquarium. And this will help me jumpstart the cycle. And I can do a 50-pound bag, it's only 60 or yeah, it's $6. 50-pound bag, $6, a little bit of the biological booster, a pinch of food, and I'll have a nice colony established on that gravel before I put it in my